right, so we will start just by settling into the breath. Finding yourself in easy cross-legged pose. However it's comfortable for you to sit, and close your eyes. And just be aware of your breath. We don't have to try to control it. Just notice how the breath feels as it enters and exits your body. Soften your eyes. You can close them if you want. And just allow yourself to fall into your own rhythm. Breathing in through the nose, all the way into the base of the lungs. Feel that breath. And then exhale out through the nose if you're able. And then bring your awareness to your pelvic floor, your sitting bones. That is your foundation. We're going to build from there. So as you inhale again, breathe in and imagine your spine opening up from the tailbone all the way up through the crown of the head. As you exhale, soften your shoulders. Scanning over the body. Breathe into the spine. Keep that space and openness. And exhale and soften the skin in the forehead, around the eyes, and in the jaw. Inhale again. Exhale, soften those shoulders, arms, hands, fingers. Breathe in, creating space in the spine. Exhale into the hips. The legs, the feet. And then from your deep power center, the deep core, let's begin to rotate our torso in a circle. Let the movement initiate from that very powerful center. Keep both sitting bones and your pelvic floor on the mat. And you can rotate however you want to. Move with your breath. Just bringing some movement in. And then we'll rotate in the opposite direction. Feel your connection to your core. A great source of power. And then come back up to center, fingertips alongside the body. We're going to allow our breath to guide our movements. Reach your fingertips up over the head and exhale, release. Really stretch through those fingertips. Breathe in, creating space in the body and openness. Exhale, release. Keep the spine long. Reach up. Exhale, release. And on the next inhalation, we'll reach up through the left fingertips opening up to the right, and then exhale back to center. Inhale the left fingertips up. Again, tap into your core. Keep your foundation on the mat. Open up those rib cages, the ribs, and exhale, release. And when we've done both sides equally, let's inhale, open the arms up, and then exhale into cactus arms. Take a deep breath into your heart space as those elbows kind of move behind you. And then exhale, bring the forearms together, palms facing you. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, open up the shoulder blades. Breathe in and open. Exhale, this time bring the right arm over the left. And instead of eagle arms, because we're just starting, just give yourself a hug here. Hands on opposite shoulders. Lift the elbows a little bit if you can. And just breathe into that space across the shoulders. Inhale into the spine. Exhale, turn gently to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, turn gently to the right. Come back to center. Open up. Exhale, cactus arms. Pause here. Take a deep breath in. And this time, let's bring the right elbow over the left, and we're going to give ourselves a hug here. Give yourself some love. Breathe into that space across the upper back. Breathe in. Exhale to the right. Come back to center. And then exhale to the left. Come back to center. Open the arms up. And exhale. Bring them forward into clam stretch. Soften into the stretch. Use those exhales to release. Press into your hands if your tailbone lifts. And keep your head neutral. One more breath. You can sigh that breath out through the mouth, and then we'll walk our fingertips up or roll back up. Roll the shoulders back and down, and we'll do that a couple of times here. Inhale up. Exhale that release. And then we'll change the cross of our legs. So shake out your legs. Point and flex the feet. Wiggle the toes. And then we'll change the cross of the legs. Again, sitting however is comfortable for you. And then inhale, reach up. Feel that space in the spine. Exhale and twist to the right. Use your right hand for a support beam for your spine. Inhale into the spine and exhale into the right shoulder. And gaze in the direction of the twist without straining your neck. Think of the twist ending at the shoulder, and then the turn of the head just kind of tops it off. So look where is comfortable for you. One more breath. Exhale into the shoulder, and then inhale back up to center. Release the palms down. Inhale, reach back up, palms together. Exhale the hands behind the head. Really lift through the rib cage from out of your core. Lift up and twist to the left now. Allowing the left arm to support your spine, so keep it close to the midline of your back. Connect with that breath. Exhale into the shoulder. And then inhale, reach up, untwisting. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach back up, palms together. Exhale the hands behind the head. This time, inhale them straight out, and then we'll breathe out into that clam stretch. Use the sigh breath in now or anytime you're releasing into a stretch. No forcing, allowing. Connect to your life force, your breath. One more breath. Release it, and then we'll come back up to center. Right, and we can shake out the wrists however you want to. Wiggle those fingers, jazz hands. Get some movement there in those joints. And then we will prepare to come into tabletop. Wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Take a deep breath in and just bring your awareness to your spine. And we'll exhale into cat. And inhale into cow. Opening the chest. Exhale, tapping into the core to open the upper back. Creating that support, and then lifting out of the solar plexus up through the sternum. Just move to your tempo. One more time, we'll inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Come back to a neutral spine. And then we'll reach through the right arm and left leg for spinal balance. Keeping the heel at hip level or lower, lifting that chest, utilizing those abdominal muscles. Breathe and feel that space. Exhale, bring your elbow and knee together as you slightly round like you're in cat. Inhale, reach out. Pause again here, feel that space. And then exhale, release. Let's do some hip circles. And then we'll come back to center. Inhale the left arm, right leg. Deep breath in, fingertips to toes. Pause here. Tap into your core. And then exhale. Knee and elbow towards each other. Inhale, reach through again. Pause here. And release. Let's, this time, slowly work our way back to child's pose. Sigh into it. Rest your head on the mat or on your hands, stacked fists, whatever you want to do. And roll your head from side to side. It's important to rest your head on something so we can release all those muscles along the back, into the neck. Coming into the great restorative pose that you can return to at any time throughout your practice. Let's bring the knees parallel and make sure that the arms are straight out from the shoulders. Open up those fingers nice and big. And from your core, shift forward into kneeling plank. And then draw back through those power muscles back to a little child's pose here. You don't have to rest your head the whole way down. Keep your head neutral. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, draw back. Getting into the habit of using those muscles through these transitions from the deep, powerful core. And then inhale again into kneeling plank. Make sure your wrists are under your elbows. Keep those elbows close, pointing behind you, and lower your torso down to the mat. Activate your legs. And inhale, lift the chest, shoulders down into cobra. Exhale, pull back. Sigh it out. Inhale again, move with your breath. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift and open that chest. Keep those legs active and draw back. One more time. Kneeling plank, lower down. Breathe in this time. You can go to tabletop first, or you can lift directly up through the core into downward facing dog. Alternate heel lifts. Nod your head yes, shake your head no. Keep those fingertips spread apart. Your heels might touch, they might not, that's okay. Bend the knees if your hamstrings are tight to get out of your shoulders and really lift up through the tailbone. Keep that lower belly strong. And then we'll walk our feet and hands together. However you want to do that. Bend those knees and come into a very gentle ragdoll forward fold. You can grab opposite elbows or just let your arms hang. Let your head hang. Keep the knees as soft as you need to. You can sway or stay right where you are. And if you pull that low belly gently inward, you'll feel that tailbone lift a little bit, even if your knees are bent. Breathe into that space in the backs of your legs, into those hamstrings. Exhale your head towards your feet. And then inhale, coming up halfway into an extended forward fold. Exhale, release. Inhale, circle sweep, back up. Bring those palms together. Exhale the hands behind the head. Reach back up, really lift through the rib cage. And exhale, release. Let's sway it out. Staying connected to your body, connected to your breath. And we'll come to the front of the mat. Bring your hands to your heart center in mountain, neutral pelvis. Inhale up through the crown of the head. Exhale down through the soles of the feet. And keeping the palms gently pressed together. Inhale, reach those fingertips up. Exhale into chair. Inhale, open the arms out. And then exhale into a forward fold. Inhale, extend that forward fold. Exhale, release. And we'll step back with the right foot. Bend the left knee. Place that right foot solidly on the mat. And we'll come up. Lift through your core to warrior one. Keep that left quadricep nice and strong. The whole right leg is active. Also, keep that pelvis neutral so we don't tip that tailbone up, or the lower back will really feel that. Feel your strength here in Warrior One, lifting through the rib cage, exhaling into the ground, into those legs. Exhale, lower the arms nice and slow. Inhale, reach up, really feel that. The slower you go, the more you'll feel it. Inhale, lift. Pause here in your strength. Inhale again, and then we'll exhale into Warrior Two. Heel to arch alignment. Gaze over your middle left finger. Check your left knee. If it's flopping forward, bring it to the pinky toe side of your foot as your hip allows. Stay connected to your breath. Flip the left palm up and lift into reverse warrior. Exhale into your lunge. Inhale into the rib cage. Feel your core working here too. And then inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, lower your left forearm towards your thigh into extended side angle. Keep the rib cage low. Try not to arc it upward. Your lower back will feel that. Hinge at your left hip flexor. And feel that space now on the right side of your body. If you can keep your shoulder open, move your arm alongside the ear, or you can hold it straight up. Breathe into that heart center. Exhale, lower your right hand towards your hip, and then tap it into those core muscles. Reach that arm back up. Feel that space. And then we'll lower our hand down on either side of our left foot. Turn the right toes forward, coming into pyramid. Make sure your whole entire right foot is on the mat and your hips are squared to the front. Keep the left side of your torso folded over your left leg. And breathe into the stretch. Soften the back of your neck. Walk your fingertips out just beyond your foot or right at the toes. And inhale, lift that chest into an extended pyramid, forward fold. Exhale, release. And then step back to downward facing dog. And shake out your hips by alternating heel lifts. Come back to center. Inhale, lift the toes. Come up. I'm sorry, don't lift your toes. Lift your heels. Keep the integrity of the upper back and exhale your heels towards the mat, whether they touch or not. And shift forward into plank. Pause here in plank. Press through the heels. Keep the core nice and strong. Feel the activeness of those legs. And before we go into Chaturanga Dandasana, shift forward. Make sure your elbows are over your wrists and lower down. You can do up dog or cobra. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale, lift back to downward facing dog. Give it out a sigh here. And then walk your feet and hands together into a forward fold. Circle sweep up. And exhale, hands to the heart center. Come back to the front of your mat if you're not there. And pause here. feeling the energy in your body. Notice where it's going. Feel your strength. Inhale up through the crown of the head. Exhale down through the soles of your feet. And then breathe in and reach up. Exhale the hands behind the head. Inhale, bring the arms out. Exhale into chair. Inhale, open those arms outward again. And exhale into a forward fold. Inhale, extend that forward fold. Lifting the chest. Exhale, release. And step back this time with the left foot. Getting those feet ready for warrior one. And lifting up through your core, not your back. Tap into those muscles. And find your strength in warrior one. Feel the activeness of both legs. Stay connected to your breath. Exhale, lower those arms. Nice and slow. Inhale, reach back up. And then exhale into warrior two. Tap into your strength. Flip the right palm up. And then lift as you breathe in into reverse warrior. Exhale into your lunge. Breathe into that space. Inhale, reach up through the left arm and exhale into extended side angle. Keeping the arm up or bringing it alongside the ear, wherever you want to be here. And then exhale that left arm towards the hip, down and around. Inhale, open back up. And then lower that hand down again. Turn the left toes forward, coming into pyramid. Make sure that the right side of the torso is over the right leg. Keeping that center line of the body. One more breath in. Sigh it out and step back to downward facing dog. Shake out the hips. Inhale up on the toes. Exhale into those heels. Shift forward into plank. Pause here again, lift the chest. Keep the legs active. Try to breathe. Take that inhale nice and deep and slow. And as you exhale, that little shift forward. This time we'll lower the whole way down to the belly. Bring the arms out in front of us. Exhale completely into the mat. Take one breath here while you're on all your breathing organs there in the front. As you release, tap into your core. And then as you inhale, lift the arms and legs and torso. Keep the head neutral. Try not to just squeeze your glutes. They're going to engage. But try to tap into your core too. Exhale, release. Rest on one side of your face or your head on your hands. Whatever you want to do, wiggle those hips. And just take a couple long, deep breaths here. Side out. Bring your hands alongside the rib cage. Make sure your legs are parallel and draw back to child's pose. Whatever version of child's pose you need right now. You can even wrap your arms around your body for a little more rounding and release in the upper back. Or if you want to continue to stretch, arms outward. You can even come up on your fingertips. Just be where you want to be here. Let's bring our knees together. Tuck the toes under and lift back up to downward facing dog. Walk the feet and hands together into forward fold. Let's bend the right knee and place the right hand or fingertips on the floor, a little ways away from the feet. So maybe your right wrist is under your shoulder. Inhale the left arm up and exhale, open up to the left. Breathe in and release. And then we'll switch sides. Bend the left knee, left hand to the floor. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, open up. Keep that length in the spine. Breathe into it. And release. You can alternate bending the knee here. You can grab your ankles if you need to. Come back to center. Inhale into an extended forward fold. Exhale, bend the knees, keep that chest lifted, and we'll come into chair. Pause here. Let's bring our fingertips together and come up onto our toes one at a time. Keep that core strong. You don't want to try to tuck your tailbone or arch your back too much here. You want it neutral, so you really got to tap into your core. And then just gently release one heel down at a time if you need to. Side out. And then circle sweep back up. Exhale the hands to the heart center. Let's come back to the front of the mat. We're going to inhale and bring the weight into the left leg. Exhale, lift that right knee and step that right foot back. You can come onto the ball of your foot if you want to. And we'll inhale up into a lunge. If warrior one is more comfortable for you, stay in warrior one. Pause here. Exhale, bring the hands into cactus position. And bring your hands into your heart center. And we're going to turn to the right, coming to the long end of the mat into a goddess squat. Inhale, bring the arms out, palms up. And just pause here. Make sure your knees are over your ankles and the knees are moving in the direction of the toes. Exhale, bring your hands onto your thighs. Feel them working. And then lean the chest forward. Deep breath in, lift the chest, and then exhale your left shoulder towards the center. I am mirroring you now. Inhale back to center, and then exhale in the other direction. Come back to center, turn the toes forward so that the outsides of the feet are parallel with the mat, and just slide the fingertips down into a standing straddle. Allow the back of the neck to be soft. Place your feet wherever you need them to be. And center the weight over the balls of the feet and the heels. That way we won't just press deeply back into the hips. We want to kind of pull the core in and lift that tailbone up. So bend those knees if you need to. Create that space in the backs of the legs and just come into whatever version of this straddle forward fold you want. You can hold on to your lower legs if you need to. Whatever you want to do. And then bend the knees and slowly roll up. Roll the shoulders back and down. And then we'll come back to the front of the mat. Bring the weight into the right leg. And then as you exhale, lift that left knee up and bring it behind you again into our lunge. So find your core first, get that pelvis neutral, and then lower into more depth if you want to in your lunge. Reach up or stay in warrior one, whatever is best for you. Exhale those hands into cactus arms and feel that space in the chest. Bring the hands back to the heart and gently come back into the squat. Just pause here, feeling your strength. And bring your hands on your thighs again. Turn the toes forward and exhale the hands down. This time, walk those fingertips out. So you want to imagine that the backs of your legs from the heels all the way up to your glutes are glued to a wall. And it's very actively lifting through the tailbone. And walk the hands out so there's very little weight in the hands. Wide-legged dog or hammock. Pause here. And then bring your right hand into the center. I'll mirror again. Inhale the left arm out to the side. And then exhale, bring it over to your right ankle. You can bring your feet a little closer or just rest your hand palm up on the inside of your foot. Feel that stretch across the upper back. Keep your head neutral. You can gaze under your right arm. And then inhale, bring that left arm back out to the side. And then just lower it down. Come back up onto the fingertips to make sure you haven't leaned forward. And then bring the left hand into the center. Inhale the right arm out to the side. And exhale over to the left leg or ankle. Keep breathing. Soften the jaw, soften your neck. Inhale, reach that Right arm back out to the side, lower it down, and then just kind of gently bring your hands to where you have support and just sway from side to side. And then we'll roll up one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders back and down. And then we'll just march the feet together. Let's just march here. Release the hip flexors in the back, and then you can sway from side to side. And we'll do tree. So come into mountain, neutral pelvis, strong quadriceps. Bring your hands to the heart. Soften those elbows. When you lift the elbows, it lifts the shoulders. Bring the weight. Connect with your breath first. Then bring the weight into your left leg. Turn the right knee outward, and you can place your foot, either the heel under the knee, toes above the knee, or you can keep your toes on the mat if you need to. Wherever you want to be, I'll kind of go in the middle here. So keep the core strong and grow your branches up through the rib cage, and then come into wherever you want to be in your tree. Make sure you're breathing and find your soft focal point, your drishti. And you can release whenever you want to. Turn the knee forward if you remember, and then release the arms. And we'll sway it out. Come back to mountain, come back to our center. Hands to the heart. Inhale up through the crown of the head. Exhale down through the feet, and then we'll bring our weight into the right leg. Turn the left knee outward and place that foot wherever you want. Again, I will go in the middle, but you can do toes on the ground, heel under the knee, or toes above the knee, just not right on the knee. So gently press the foot and leg together, draw in those low belly muscles, and lift into your crown of branches, and breathe. And then turn the knee forward, release, and sway it out. Or march, whatever you want to do here. And we'll come back to center. Inhale, reach up through the rib cage. Exhale, swan dive into a forward fold. Inhale, extend. Exhale, release. Step back to downward facing dog. Shake out those hips a few times if you need to. Come back to center. Nod your head yes, shake your head no. Shift forward into plank, and then lower the whole way down to the belly. This time, let's bring our elbows under our shoulders. Keep the legs parallel, and you want to activate those quadriceps. Press into your forearms, not your elbows or your hands, but your forearms. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, draw those lower abdominal muscles in and up. Now the core is active, the legs are active. On your next inhale, open your chest, lifting it. So imagine you were pulling your elbows back and moving your chest forward. We don't want to feel any pressure in the lower back. You can always lower the chest. Exhale, release. Lower the chest to the mat. Rest your head on your hands. Roll your head from side to side. You can turn your toes and knees slightly outward, very gently, bending the knees softly. Giving some room there in your sacrum. Soften your shoulders. And just pause here for a couple of breaths. Again, feel that energy where it's moving in the body. Just noticing. And then kind of wiggle the hips a little bit, walk the legs back in so that they're parallel. Bring your hands alongside the rib cage and draw back to child's pose. And this time, if you want to create a little bit of release in the upper back, you can round it more by bringing the arms around the body. If you need to rest your head on your hands or fists, just bring your elbows to the outsides of your knee. Wherever you want to be right now at this moment. You can gently sway from side to side, massage your forehead. Connect with your breath. Allowing child's pose to do its magic, restoring the breath and the heart rate. And when you're ready, slowly coming up, and then we will move into staff pose, however you want to get there. Sitting up nice and tall, so if you need a folded blanket, you can put it under your hips. So we need our low belly muscles to do that, our power center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release the fingertips to the side. Inhale again, reach up. And this time you can even swan dive into the forward fold if that helps you to keep your back open and long. Lead with your heart, so keep your head in alignment with your spine. Soften your knees if you need to. And gently use that exhale to ease into the stretch. No forcing. And then we'll roll up, shoulders roll back and down. We'll bring our left foot into the thigh. Keep the right leg active. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, fold the right side of your torso over your right leg. So keep the midline of your body. Your SI joint will thank you for that. Stay connected to your breath. And then we'll walk our hands back up That was the floor, I swear. And then take a hold of your right leg and rock the baby. Keep your foot active if you're able. Keep that spine long, utilizing those abdominal muscles still. And then grab a hold of your right foot however you want to. I kind of crisscross my wrists here to get a good grip. And lift up through the right leg. Keep your foundation strong. Keep the chest lifted. If you need to bend your knee, go ahead and do that. And then exhale, release. Let's bring our left heel under our right hip and then take your right foot to the outside of the left knee. Now, don't feel like you have to try to place your right hip and sitting bone on the mat. Keep that movement there because a lot of times it will create a little imbalance in the sacral area. So hug that knee and keep the chest lifted, and then bring your right hand behind you to the midline of the body. Lift up through the chest and reach up through the left arm, and exhale, twist to the right, bringing the left arm to the outside of the right knee. Now you can keep your hand down or lift it up, whatever you want to do. And breathe. And then we'll just release gently back to center. And then stretch out through the left leg and bring the right foot into the thigh. Keep the leg active. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, fold over the left leg. The left side of the torso only over the left leg, so keeping that midline in the body. And then walk the hands up, and then we will rock the baby with our left leg, holding onto it however you want. If you can rest your foot in the crook of your arm, great. If not, just hold on to it where you can. Some movement in that left hip. Keep the left foot active. Keep the chest lifted. And then take your right heel under your left hip and bring the left foot to the outside of the right knee. Sit up nice and tall. Bring the left hand behind you. Inhale those right fingertips up, and exhale, twist to the left. Bringing your hand either upward or keeping it down low, palm facing outward. Use your left hand to support your spine. And then release gently. Bring your knees together. Give yourself a hug here. Open the feet. The knees. Bring the feet together. And you can stay right here if you want. Sometimes this is enough of a stretch. You can gently press the thighs outward and downward, or you can fold forward, but keep your head in line with your spine. You will naturally round in this stretch. So try not to over tuck your chin. Keep it neutral. You can tuck it just a teeny bit though. Whatever is most comfortable for you. If you feel tension in the upper back, then maybe you're tucking your chin a little bit too deeply. Learn to listen to those little messages that your body sends you. Trust its wisdom. And our practice now gives us an opportunity to really connect. And then lift up through the chest. Bring the knees together, and we're going to roll down one vertebrae at a time. Bring the knees into the chest, sway from side to side. Take the knees open, wide, and then lift the heels. You can grab onto the outsides of the feet for happy baby, the big toes in a peace grip, your ankles, place your hands in the crease of the knees, whatever you need to do. Just allow your whole entire back to kind of melt into the mat as you lift those heels. You can stay in one spot or you can sway from side to side. It's up to you. And then on an exhale, bring the feet together, the knees together. Open the arms straight out from the shoulders. Palms up. You can put the palms down too. It's a little different of a stretch, but for more of a release and openness, keep the palms up. Deep breath in. And then as you exhale, lift the tailbone a little bit. Get those knees up to the left arm. So we're twisting to the left. The right shoulder, soften it. It might lift a little bit. You can gaze straight up or look over towards your right hand. Again, nothing that's going to strain your neck. Find where you are most comfortable. Use that breath to soften. And then come back to center. Deep breath in, and again, bring those knees up towards the arm as you twist to the right. Soften that left shoulder. If it lifts up too much and this isn't comfortable, you can always do a more gentle twist by keeping the feet on the mat. And then we'll come back to center. Sway from side to side. You can roll your knees in little circles. Keep the sacral area, lower lumbar area on the mat. Move in opposite directions. And then we'll release our feet and stretch out one leg at a time into Shavasana. Bring your arms either alongside the body or out a little bit. Try not to go above the shoulders though. And wiggle your hips and shoulders around till you find that place where you can release and let go. You can always bend your knees, keep the knees together, take the feet wide. Tuck the chin gently. You can roll the head from side to side before you tuck your chin. Just bringing some space into the back of the neck. This is a good time for a sigh breath. Settle into your breath. Settle into gravity. Allowing your body to just let go. Feel the abdomen rising on the inhale and falling on the exhale. If your mind wanders, as it tends to do, it's okay. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Just let those thoughts float on by. Tapping into your rhythm, that ebb and flow like the waves at the ocean. Your breath. With each exhale, feel yourself sinking a little deeper into the mat. Allowing your muscles to release their grip on your bones. Feel the energy in your body, the aliveness as you inhale and exhale. Your heart is beating, the blood is moving through your veins and arteries to your organs, back to the heart. And just notice how you feel right at this moment. There's no right or wrong way to feel. No expectations, no judgment. Just your truth, your breath. Notice your surroundings. Again, without any judgment or attachments to anything. Taking it all in, being all here in this moment. The rise and fall of the breath. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. And you can do that 1 or 2 more times. And then begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, bringing gentle movements into the body. You can stretch, you can curl up into a little ball. Allow your body's wisdom to guide you. And whenever you're ready, roll over onto one side and just pause there for a breath or two. Before coming up to a seated position. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.